you say, whatever you do, is we are live. So this is Steve from Blessed by Israel, good friends of mine, Akiva and Simcha. Known Simcha for 7 years. I think we first met in 2013, right there at the Off the Wall shop, and
yes.
Met Akiva a couple years ago, and just been a real joy to get to know these guys and their families, and just share with us what's going on with this COVID thing. How has it really affected you guys and your families and your shop? So tell us some history about the shop, Simcha.
So this shop started in 2012. We started the store 8 years ago. It started off as not sure what to do here. Started off selling T-shirts, jewelry, drinks, all different mix of things that we, try to make a living off.
Uh-huh.
And slowly, we had a bakery here. We were selling different things until it got to the point where Akiva, which is my brother-in-law here, he came in and kind of put some life into the store. And he had this idea of selling all different types of spices and wine and Israeli whiskey and drinks and all these exciting things.
Mm-hmm.
And it started, and once he came in, we built it up to the point where it started to go very well. We were recognized by tour guides, by tourists, just the atmosphere that we had around here and everything. It brought us to a great place. And from there on, this is what we end up as, the Corona thing that started.
Yeah. So you have like eight.
We built it.
You have like 8 years invested in that location, and you're right in the heart of the old city, right by the Herba Square.
Correct.
So you've invested your life and your family into this location.
Correct.
And
we're a little off the wall, which that's what the store is, off the wall, and we're a little off the wall. So it was it was a place where people were passing by, which was hard to draw them in. Like I said, it wasn't a location where people actually sat and enjoyed themselves. The work was to actually bring people to recognize us. So It took many years for that, with struggling for people to actually recognize this little spot that we have here.
So how did it get named Off the Wall?
This Akiva could explain to you.
So Off the Wall is because, maybe I'll bring you guys over to the side over here so you can see there's an archaeological site over here called Hezekiah's Wall. It's the wall that surrounded Jerusalem in ancient times. And, in the old city of Jerusalem, I couldn't think of a better name than Off the Wall, right?
So it's a reminder. You're right in the heart of the old city of Jerusalem. You're right at the square. How many people? When I've always been there, that square is bustling. I mean, there's just hundreds of people walking to and fro constantly. Bar mitzvah, bat mitzvahs going through, music being played. What is it like right now?
Right. So just like you say, for the last couple of years, at least since I remember Jerusalem was alive. Thousands of people walking, throughout the streets of Jerusalem. And after this interview, at the end, I'll walk you guys through the main square where you can see. You could probably count on your hand how many people are walking around the square right now, and all of them are locals. People who are, people who live in the neighborhood, kids playing. But for the most part, it's pretty quiet over here. I'd say 90% of the businesses in the old city aren't open today, or haven't been open at least for the last 2 months. And we had to make a pretty tough decision over here in this shop. We couldn't, you there?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So we couldn't, keep it together, and we had to make a really tough decision, and we had to close this store.
So 2 months ago, we just had a little picture of the spices. 2 months ago, your store was thriving. You had spices, serving ice cream, serving coffee. You had some Israeli wines, and it was an incredible shop. So
yeah, it was really part of it. It was really part of us. It was a very it was very hard for us to finally close the doors, to take things off the walls. This store, really became part of our family. Like as Simcha said, me and him are brother-in-laws. I'm married to one of his sisters. So this became part of the family. It was an exciting place, for us to show up in the morning, to serve our customers. We loved it, but yeah.
So how can we support? I mean, what are your plans for the future now that this has happened? Is there any possibility of opening back up in this location?
We're hoping for the best. We've got high hopes, and we're hoping that the future will lead to good things. We know the future will lead to good things because it always does.
We like this location. We would love to come back to this location. Any other location will make us start all over from the beginning. People know us from this area and this place. So anything else will be, a big struggle for us for many years to start it again. So if we're able and we have the ability to come back here, a lot of fundings or whatever it is, we're going to do it. But until then, we're not sure exactly where we're heading yet.
Yeah, we were just showing people a little bit about the store, and Akiva sharing all the spices on the walls. We have a lot of incredible memories of that as well. But I know right now, people can still get the spices. People can still get some of your products from Blessed by Israel. So we were talking earlier, and you said that Blessed by Israel has become your only outlet for your products at this point.
Right. So Blessed by Israel has been a blessing for us because, just like you say, today it's our only outlet. And we appreciate that you guys are working with us and helping us out. We made a shipment of spices and some teas and other things to you, and for now that's our only it's our only outlet. Yeah.
That's so for Off the Wall itself. How many? This supports not only you. This supports your families, doesn't it? So
correct.
Both of your families are supported by this shop. This is has been your sole income.
Right. So it's our sole income. We basically, Simcha and I both, invested, pretty much all of our time and everything we had in putting this shop together.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think we got some pictures of your families here. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's us.
Are you seeing it? Can you tell us about your family? Who everybody is there?
Sure. So, to my right over there is my oldest daughter, Adina. She's 16 years old.
Mm-hmm.
To my left is my wife, Malka.
Malka.
Right in front of me is Hadassah. She's the youngest girl.
Okay.
To her left is Nitanel.
Mm-hmm.
And right above Nitanel is David.
That's a beautiful family.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you're the only one that looks good with a mask on, though, Akiva. How about Simcha's family? I see you got the mask on right there.
Just in case a police officer passes by.
Yeah, here you get a fine for it, so we have to be ready for it.
You have to be ready? Wow. So
yeah, you got to wear it over
here. Fine here if you don't wear it, so this is it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you'll put yours on in Akiva's safe.
Right, exactly.
Okay. Do you have Simcha's family, Ben? Okay. Trying to find that there. But yeah, so your families are where they're all at home right now?
Yeah.
The children are getting ready back for school. So anyway, we're looking
forward to open up over here next week. The kids are supposed to be getting back to school. Yeah.
So when do you think it's not going to be till the tourist season opens back up, till tourists are allowed back in, until you could open the shop here or someplace else?
Right. Yeah,
so
we're going to have. It could be a while. Yeah.
Could be a month, and it could be 6 months. Nobody really knows. We don't have a way of knowing right now what's going to be the future from here.
Wow.
Yeah, this thing definitely took us by surprise.
I think it took the whole world by surprise.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
So, but we're looking forward to getting back over there because I think I know for a lot of people here in the States, it's really caused the families to come back together. They had no choice. They couldn't run off. They couldn't hide. They actually had to be around each other, and I think it's been really good. I know it's been good for our family, and I'm sure I've heard a lot of people in Israel saying it's been pretty incredible.
Right. Yeah, it's a very interesting time we're in, Steve. Very interesting time, you know.
So you run into a lot of Christians coming through your store, though, don't you?
We do, yeah.
Now, over the last few years, how has that changed? Have relationships changed?
One second, there's a little bit of noise here. 1 second. Sorry, what is that?
Over the last few years, how has that relationship with the Christian community changed? Or has it been changing?
I mean, a large percentage of our customers are from the Christian community, especially in the United States of America. I've made so many friends, and the people, like I say, especially from the United States of America, have been so warm and so good to us and to so many people over here, all over Israel. I definitely can say that I've made a lot of good friends. We appreciated all of the business and especially the friendship more than anything. Yeah.
And so, has the relationship changed in the last few years? Have Christians, the whole dynamic, been changing, or?
So I can't tell you before. I can tell you that my experience. I just got to get a charger. 1 second. My experience with the Christian community, ever since I've entered this shop, has just been a positive experience. I definitely can say that we have a lot of good friends, in the United States of America and all around the world. That's something. Am I? 1 second. Sorry, I just got to charge my phone. Yeah. So I don't know how it was before, but I can tell you that it was always a positive experience for me.
Yeah. Well, I know that's what our company is about is trying to tear down those walls of kind of indifference and that's kept the Christian and Jewish communities apart, especially from some of the past things that have happened with between Inquisitions, the Holocaust, and many other things, and start building bridges. So Blessed by Israel has been about reaching back into the Jewish community and allowing Christians to invest. And that's why our relationship's been so precious. And why we're doing this is we're concerned about what's going on about there. You're no longer just the Jewish people in Israel. You're our friends, and you mean a lot to us.
And likewise, and we feel it. We know it. I know it, and it's really like I said. I never, planned to enter in this shop with Simcha. He came up to me 2 years ago and asked me to come in and help him, see what I can do over here. And it has just been a really beautiful experience for me. I can honestly say that,
We plan on placing another order with you pretty soon. So we're gonna get you busy as we can. And now, why don't you take us around that area right in the
sure.
Herva Square right now.
Sure, I'll give you a quick tour. I'll take you around. I'm going to switch the camera around so you can see from the other direction.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, sorry. 1 second. Sorry. Somebody's yelling at me. 1 second. They want me to move my car.
It wouldn't be Jerusalem if somebody wasn't yelling at you, would it?
Yeah, right. Okay, 1 second. I'm going to switch the camera around. Let's see if I can do that. Oh, here. Okay. 1 second. Here. So we're walking into the main square over here. And if you would have come here 2 months ago, you would see thousands of people gathered in this square.
Yes.
There you go.
I've never seen
All
it
the
that
shop-
empty.
Yeah,
Oh,
This
that's
is it.
that's the menorah over there, right?
that's the menorah. Yeah. Yeah, I'll take you guys up to there. There you go.
Now, when you see that, when you see that, Akiva, I know both you and Simcha are both Orthodox, and I just really want our viewers to hear from you what your faith, what has driven you, what has brought you to Jerusalem, what keeps you there, and how has God impacted your life, and how does He impact your family?
1 second, you got to repeat that last question just because there's a little bit of noise over here. I couldn't hear so well.
Okay, yeah, I just know that you and Simcha, your families, you're all Orthodox, and I'm just
Right.
wondering your passion for Jerusalem, your desire to have a store right in the heart of the old city, almost as close to where the temple once stood. How
Right.
does God play out in your lives, your vision, your hopes, your dreams?
Well, Jerusalem is the center. It's the heart, not just, of Israel, but of every Jewish person. And, it's the most important place. Now, for me, I came to Israel almost 20 years ago. And, I can tell you shortly that my brother, he joined the Israeli army from the United States.
Mhm.
And my dad came to visit, and he just came back inspired. He just came back, and I just remember his face, and he told me, he's like, it's all there, it's all alive. It's, everything that we prayed for, everything that we dreamt of, it's all there, and we can go see it. We have to go be part of it. And that's what we did almost 20 years ago. I came here with my father and my brothers, to be part of the living Jerusalem.
Wow.
And it is a special experience to be able to work in the old city, to be here every single day, to be standing, on top of Hezekiah's wall, right, that we spoke about, to be standing on top of Hezekiah's wall, all the history of the Jewish people, it's all here. And yeah, it's an amazing experience to be able to be, I feel privileged to be able to be part of it right now.
Yeah, after 2,000 years, your home and your children were all born in the land. I mean, that's a new generation that's been
Right.
firmly planted once again in the heart of Israel.
Right. Yeah, all my children were born here in Israel.
And your wife, where was your wife? Was your wife born in Israel?
She was born here as well. So she's Simcha's sister. Simcha, his whole family, was born here. His parents moved here from the United States in the late 70s.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
So you were from the U.S. as well.
Yeah, I was from New York.
And your whole family moved back to the land.
That's right. Yeah.
So is your dad still there? Where's your dad living at?
Yeah. So my dad is living in Shiloh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it up there.
Yeah. Well, so does he. He wouldn't be anywhere else. He's tried to convince me to move out there many times. But it's far. It's a little bit of a commute for me. So it's not what we've done. But either way, he lives out there in Shiloh. My brothers live out in Shiloh. They love it there.
So you're not on the outskirts of Israel, out on the coast. You're in the very heartland where the biblical, all the Bible took place, right there in Judea and Samaria and Jerusalem. That's like 85% of the Bible took place in what they now call the West Bank, which is they call disputed territory, but it's only disputed by the nations that don't recognize the God of Israel, don't recognize the covenant.
Right. It's clear as day over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just blessed. We're just rejoice with you that you guys are planted back in the land, and you will not
Thank
be
God,
moved, and nothing will shake you. And I think my heart just says that after all these years, I'm just blessed to be able to come alongside and stand with you, and to let you know that you will never stand alone again.
And we're blessed to know that we have good friends. Thank you.
Well, I really appreciate you, Akiva, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you again soon. And I want to encourage people to go to Blessed by Israel. And we have all kinds of spices, the fruit teas. There's only one place in the world I've ever seen them, and that is in Israel. They're incredible. Actually, usually I don't even eat tea. I eat them as snacks. But teas, spices, za'atar, shawarma mix, it's all right here on the website, and you can get them. And we will be placing another order soon and flying it straight over here from Jerusalem right here to the United States. And we're just very proud to be able to share those with our friends, both Jews and Gentiles, are able to support Israel, support Akiva, support Simcha, support their families right now. I mean, we don't have to wait to go over there. There is a way to support these families here and now. So really appreciate you. And
God bless you, Steve.
Back over.